Welcome everybody, my name is Derek Bryant and welcome to another episode of With My Wine's Weekly Roundup. So, this week we're kind of back to the usual swing of things. We've got two wines here that we are going to sample. We're going to look at them, talk a little bit about what the vineyard and what the critics kind of say you should expect to taste with these wines. Then we're going to pop them open. I'm going to give them a taste, and then finally give you some pairing ideas of food that might go very well with these wines. So, as usual, I need to chill this white wine. Assistant! We're going to start with I'm going to butcher these names today, by the way, so prepare. I apologize. Montignana. Terrible. It's a Chianti Classico. So they say to expect pure blackberry and cherry aromas. With 14 acres and 1,005 feet of elevation, the soil is hilly with sandstone and calcareous marl mixed with shale and pebbles. 24 months of aging. With a hint of violets, it is a full-bodied, luscious blackberry vanilla flavors and balanced tannins with a long velvety finish. This is the strangest bottle opener I think I've ever used. Thank you, Audi. This episode brought to you by That actually works pretty nice. So it's definitely a nice blackberry flavor in the smell, and I do get some of that vanilla too. It does have a nice full body to it, and there's some good dark flavored fruit to it. It's really nice, and it finishes pretty clean. And I see what they mean by the velvety texture. It's got, because it has some body to it, there's actual texture as it's on your tongue, and it just kind of coats it a little bit and then washes right off. That's really nice. I don't really get a whole lot of vanilla out of it, but it doesn't really bother me at all. I imagine this for a really good Italian night. Stuffed shells I think would be really good, with some ricotta, a little bit of mozzarella and Parmesan cheese in some large shells. It'd be really good. Maybe throw in some ground beef in there if you want to make them, not just vegetarian stuffed shells. They'd be really good. So we got this wine for about $10 at our local store. If you've never had a Chianti, think like a Cabernet. It's pretty similar, a little more fruity and a little less dry. All in all, I like it a lot. So now we're gonna move on to our second bottle. Assistant. I don't think that'll ever get old for me. Okay, so the next one we have here, I know I'm gonna butcher the name on it, sorry, is a...
C'est le Maison Boisson, Les Rabassières, 2014, Cote du Rhone.
So it's a white, the varietal is a mix of Grenache and Viognier. So let's open this bad boy and see if it is actually tropical notes of mango, citrus, and white flowers, with an aroma of fresh fruit, an expressive and boastful light white. Oh, it's a very sweet smell. It's really mainly the flavor I get when I smell is very sweet. Some of that tropical fruit flavor. So it's not as sweet as you would think from smelling it. It's actually a nice medium and balanced. So it's got fruit flavor that I see what they're talking about with kind of the melon and like a little bit of lemon zest kind of on the start, and then it has a little dry tannin tingle to it, just a little bit, and then it's clean on the finish. Food pairing wise, I would probably try and do something like a seafood paella. I think that'd be pretty good with like prawns, a little bit of sausage, almost probably more of a gumbo than a paella, but still with that kind of seasoning would make this a really nice dish. That spice from the food would balance really nice with the sweet and a little bit of dryness you get from this. How about that? I like that. I know Grenache is one of those lesser known varietals, but I like it. It's different. So those are our two wines for this week. The Chianti and the Grenache blend. Check them out on our website. We'll have them up there for you to find. As always, please like us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Twitter, and please check out our website. My name is Derek Bryant, and thanks again for joining us for this week's Weekly Roundup. Oh.